いけなんだよもうまたかよ
Let's kick things off with a quote from the immortal Andy, who just so happens to be today's star. To be born and experience death, the greatest form of change. Man, it sounds so sick. Andy's obsession with death, despite being immortal, is downright twisted. Poor Fuko, having to put up with all these lunatics. Good evening, my friends. The weekend is here, and what better way to enjoy it than with an ice-cold drink? Because, wow, it's scorching. While watching the first part of our weekly news segment, What's New with the News? Today, we're heading to Japan to dive into the world of anime and manga. In anime, we've got our usual podium, featuring a special episode of Undead Unluck, a bizarre mashup of zombies and idols, along with another movie from the Land Saga franchise, and the second season of Medalist, one of the best sports anime in recent years. Oh, and we also have 3 new movies to present, featuring slimes, romance, music, and cursed books. On the manga side, we've got a comeback after 9 long years away, Wild Adapter, a brand new Deluxe edition of one of the most chilling and grim stories ever, Oldboy. And we wrap up with a platform that's about to drop a ton of new titles, making reading these stories easier than ever, Mangano. Do yourselves a favor and watch the video until the very end. So, YouTube, how was your week? We're halfway through the season now, and some titles are really hitting their stride. Well, except for Kaiju number 8, which started a bit later. And then there's Takopi's Original Sin, which, with only 6 episodes, has already become a serious contender for Anime of the Year. But we'll get there. Go ahead and start the video.
Bang.
広い空、輝く海、ここはまさにパラダイス。
And let's kick things off with a movie from the most famous slime saga on TV. The busiest slime in the world returns to theaters on February 27th with Tears of the Blue Sea Arc, where a vacation on a resort island quickly turns into Bring Your Own Mysterious Threat. The story is original, Studio 8-Bit is back at it, and so is the cast. And yes, Season 4 of the anime is already confirmed, because Rimuru clearly doesn't know the meaning of time off.
俺を誰だと思ってる？取り憑かれ男のジュゼッペだぞ。
Sticking with movies, this time it's a musical. Toritsukare Otoko hits theaters on November 7th with plenty of romance music and a man obsessed with literally everything. Giuseppe falls in love at first sight with a balloon seller, but her sadness complicates matters. Even his pet mouse won't have an easy time. The film is directed by Wataru Takahashi, features music by Atagi, and vocal performances by Sano and Kamishiraishi. It's not just in video games where potions save lives. Potions Will Save Me arrives in October, starring Kaidi, an ordinary student who wakes up in a fantasy world with beasts, elves, and dragons, basically the full RPG starter pack. After wandering around lost for a day, she finds a magic book that lets her make potions with just ingredients and a very confident create. The plan? Use the trick to survive, make some quick cash, and maybe get back to Japan before the adventure drives her insane. Another movie with a star-studded staff, based on a fantasy novel, Kono Honwo Nusumu Mono wa will now premiere on December 26th, moving up from its original 2026 release date as an early Christmas gift. The story follows Mifuyu, a student who couldn't care less about books, until a theft at her family's library unleashes a curse that turns the city into literary settings. Now, with the help of a mysterious girl, she must catch the thief and save the day. Because apparently, ignoring books can turn into a truly epic problem.
夢なの？
地球に住む高校生よう
人が私の中に突然やってきて
巡り星のロボット整備士
When Square Enix and Sunrise adapt a video game together, you get this. As one hits theaters on August 22nd as a prequel to Starwing Paradox, set 20 years before the game. Yo, a student who dreams of being a musician but loses his way with the band, hears a mysterious voice and ends up connected to the world of Meguriboshi, where two rival countries are trying to make an energy truce. There, he meets Rocco, a robot mechanic, and the two embark on a space adventure. To top it off, the protagonist is voiced by Ruki, who also sings the theme Meguriboshi. Today's bronze medal is fitting. Medalist returns in January 2026 for its second season, once again in the new animation block with its main cast and crew back. There are some behind-the-scenes technical changes, but choreography remains in the hands of Akiko Suzuki, who brings her Olympic experience back to the ice, with help from other professional skaters. Translation: expect more drama, stumbles, and jumps that defy both gravity and statistics.
私たちはゾンビとして蘇った佐賀県で活躍するアイドル不死身の絆で最高のステージを世界
From figure skating to music and the world of idols. In second place, we have Land Saga. Yumaginga Paradise hits Japanese theaters on October 24th, bringing back the most chaotic idol zombies on the planet, and now also from space. The group Franchusho debuts their new song, Matataku Sora ni Akogarere, while Mappa once again leads the party, or musical apocalypse. Basically, it's the perfect mix of cute choreography, the undead, and intergalactic drama that nobody asked for. But we're all gonna watch anyway.
やはりここだったか、ビリー。
And the gold medal goes to a special episode, The Return of Andy and Fuko. The Winter Edition special of Undead Unluck arrives in 2025 for another perfectly balanced dose of chaos and misfortune. Andy, the immortal who just wants to die already, teams up with Fuko, who has the power to attract bad luck to everything. Basically the perfect duo for disastrous adventures. Produced by TMS and directed by Sung-Hoo Park, expect a mix of action, dark humor, and mysteries that make you wish bad luck could last forever. Or not. Let's start with a comeback, always worth noting. After 9 years gathering dust, Wild Adapter will finally continue on August 8th, with Chapter 50 debuting on the Ichijin Plus website. The heavy drama remains. Makoto, a gang leader, takes in Minoru, a kid with a mutant arm thanks to a drug called WA Together. They'll try to unravel the dark secrets tearing apart the city's underworld, because who needs rest when there's so much chaos to clean up? If you don't know this name, you must be living under a rock. Oldboy returns in style with a Deluxe 2-volume edition, packing a whopping 848 pages each, and silver metallic covers for that extra touch of vengeful class. Shinichi Goto spends 10 years imprisoned without knowing why, only to be released and launch into an unrelenting hunt for answers and revenge. Get ready for a thriller where every step is a trap, and the pain of teenage years past might just be the key to all the madness. How about a brand new story to brighten your day? Sue Minazuki is back with Saigo no Negai Nitsuki ga Naku, a human-verse vampire battle on an island where two childhood friends turn a summer festival into a bloodbath thanks to an angelic vampire. It premieres August 26th in Shonen Ace, promising blood, drama, and of course, sleepless nights. Seems like Minazuki really enjoys mixing festivals with supernatural chaos. Who knew a broken seal could be so fatal? After some good news, a hiatus, never the best update. The manga On and Off, Work-Life Imbalance, is going on a long break due to changes in Kanazawa's schedule, though they might still drop a few illustrations or news about Goju Nengo no Rojin Home during the pause. The series follows two co-workers with completely opposite lifestyles, one a Lolita, the other punk, promising plenty of clashes between the professional on and personal off. Meanwhile, fans will just have to wait it out. This franchise is always a box of surprises. The Fate Grand Order event, Tokugawa Restoration Labyrinth Uku, is getting a manga adaptation illustrated by Redrop, the same designer behind the main character, Kama. The story takes us to 17th century Japan, where Edo Castle becomes an endless maze full of mysteries and creepy bell-lined corridors. With no release date yet, this adaptation promises to bring the game's chaos to the page, mixing history, suspense, and that unmistakable Fate flavor. And we end with a platform gearing up for a flood of new titles. Mangano is expanding its library with an avalanche of new manga, including epic titles like Training Plan of the Strongest Brave Hero's Apprentice and Magic on Death Row, plus comedies like I'm a Holy Knight but Every Girl I Like ends up joining this other guy's harem. For those who enjoy variety, there are also Chinese webcomics like Keep Calm, Mr. Song, and Live Happily Ever After with My Ex's Uncle. Basically, if you want a catalog that ranges from overpowered heroes to bizarre romance, Mangamo is gearing up to keep you entertained ad-free. And we wrap things up with a quote from a story that's stealing the spotlight in today's manga segment. For 10 years, I was locked up in some kind of private prison. Who would believe something like that? Either way, tonight, for the first time in 10 years, I can finally breathe fresh air. After that much time locked away, a double cheeseburger and an ice-cold beer would really hit the spot. So, what about you guys? What did you enjoy the most? On the anime side, we've got a special winter episode of Undead Unluck. Yet another idol movie, only these idols are zombies. People have some very strange fetishes, and they're going to save the world. We also had more figure skating with artistic flair in Season 2 of Medalist. And that's just the podium picks. We also got 3 movies, one featuring our favorite slime, another blending music, romance, and a character obsessed with, well, everything, including their crush, and one with the Square Enix seal of approval, adapted from a fantasy novel complete with books, teenagers, and curses. In the manga world, we got a special hardcover edition of Oldboy, over 800 pages per volume, the return of a story that's been radio silent for 9 years, the big news that Mangano is expanding its catalog in a huge way. So go ahead, put a like on the video, share it on your socials, maybe hit the beach or take a trip to the countryside. Have an awesome Sunday, and tomorrow we're back with part 2 of the freshest news on YouTube. See you tomorrow, folks.